Oh, welcome back to the Hockey Nation Live Show. This is the Hockey Coach Guru, Coach Frenchy for the Power Play Show. It's Saturday night, a special weekend edition. Of course, we have the Montreal Canadiens are playing right now against the Toronto Maple Leafs. We are about 12 minutes for the third period at that moment. And the score is 3-0, 3-0 pour le Toronto Maple Leafs. Toronto Maple Leafs lead by 3 at that moment. Poor performance of Montreal Canadiens the first two periods. They can pick it up a little bit more at the third period. You can see I don't know what the coach told them between the second period, but overall, Toronto are completely dominate Montreal. We understand it's a pre-game, it's an exhibition game. We understand the square, it's not even the lineup and the roster, everything like that. So at the end of the day, we cannot judge the performance and then said, oh my God, the Toronto Maple Leafs is going to win the Stanley Cup this year. We're going to relax, we're going to enjoy and see a couple of mistakes for different players. I'm going to talk about different goals I saw so far. And that's pretty much what's going on around the Montreal Canadiens. We have a couple of news around the league tonight. The St. Louis Blues, very active today with a trade and also extend a contract of the manager. And also, they are right now play and say 1-0 after the first period. I'm watching the game. The Blues is just a scrimmage. It's not like a team play. Tomorrow we're going to watching, tomorrow night we're going to watch the Seattle Kraken tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern time. So we're going to get that one over there. So hopefully, guys, you're doing well. Hopefully have a great weekend so far. Busy day for me, honestly. It's Saturday, Sunday weekend. I ref a lot of game. 5 today. I came back a little bit late, but it's all good. We have a time to get the Frenchy Quiz at the end of the show at 10 o'clock p.m. tonight. And, of course, we're going to talk a little bit more about fun news around the league in NHL. So we have a lot of people in the house tonight. Of course, Brian Leboutillier. We're going to start with Brian Leboutillier, guy, because he's going to go to work. But also, we have to welcome...
You are awesome!
Mini Leboutillier. Thanks, Brian, to stop by before you go to work. And I don't know they are in tonight, but we're going to welcome Zaela. Bonjour Zaela de la Saint-Georges-de-Beauce avec Zenith Gaming and, of course, Caroline, his girlfriend. Thanks to be a part of the show, Zaela and, of course, Zenith and Caroline. Stefan Member back in the house. Welcome back, Stefan Member from Sweden. Michael Robinstein. Welcome back, Michael Robinstein. NHL, directly from Connecticut. Welcome back, NHL. Thank you so much, Roger, 10-4, Roger Delaney, back in the house tonight. Emmanuel Marquez, buenas noches. From British Columbia, Mr. Luke in the house tonight, Mr. Luke. Thank you, NHL. We have fun, we try to get some different thing. I think it's very clear. So we're going to find some different thing like that. But also we have to welcome Adrien Bourgon in the house tonight. Why not, said, directement de la belle province de Québec, dans la région de Sherbrooke, Nicolas Bono. Everybody in the house tonight. We see earlier from Westmount, Montreal, Canadian Giant. Mr. Lemario Owens back in the house tonight with the logo New York Yankees. From the Toronto, Ontario, the Wolf, number one winner of the Frenchy Quiz, Mr. Enor Tap in the house. from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Not only alone, but also with the beautiful Colette, Mr. Dan Armstrong. Good evening, Coach. I have a postcard tonight. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks to be a part of the show. It's Saturday night. Of course, Montreal is playing right now. I don't have the. I mean, honest with you, the game is on the NHL Network. It's not on my eyes, so I'm not watching you guys the game at that moment. Honestly, I'm just talking to you guys. We're going to talk about this, the post game, after the game. I'm honestly, if you have a Twitter, you can watch the game on Twitter. How you do that, Coach? You have so many. Everything tell you right away. Like McKinnon has been very good. That's what I said. Here we go. The James Neal just scored a goal for the St. Louis Blues, and they take the lead 2-0. The Blues again, the Minnesota Wild at 17 minutes 38 seconds. Yes, I'm watching the St. Louis Blues. How you do that, Coach? How this works, Coach? It's because when you go to Twitter, you can get it. Big save of McNiven against Osank. By the way, can have us alive to come back. Osank. We'll see what's happening. But that's what's happening around the league, guys. 2 games in NHL tonight. Toronto, Montreal, of course, and Minnesota. Again, the St. Louis Blues. The score is 2-0. St. Louis, really bad goal for the goaltender from Minnesota, by the way. And that's what's happening at that moment. So let's go back here. McNiven is playing well in the Habs are doing okay on face-off. Roger Delaney. 3-0 Maple Leaf and the third period. Then, yes, you're absolutely right about that one over there. I can look about also on directly from the NHL standard about that. I did not really like... every goal you have a mistake, right? Every time you have a goal, you have a mistake. You see who does not play well, who does the mistake, everything like that. Poor performance, the first goal, the backdoor goal on the Jake Marson. Great pass for William Nylander, to be honest with you, on that one over there. And then Brody got an assist on that one. Again, one thing Nick Suzuki does not do well is back checking. On that goal, you're going to see is late on that one over there. You have 2 players, one in the middle and one on the right side. Caulfield was trying to get stop the pass from Nylander on that side. And then front net was very covered. But again, Nick Suzuki was late on that one. The second goal, John Tavares, and on power play. That's one really you cannot do too much about the power play, honestly. And then the third one, Michael Bunting, I'll be honest with you, this is all about Poland. Did not take his man in front of the net. He was winning. His stick was on the air. His stick should be under the stick of Michael Bunting on that one over there. The shot, first period, guys, was 9-5 Toronto. The second period got net domination, honestly, 15-2 for the Toronto. And then finally, the third period at that moment is 4-3. About that. I think for what I know, for what people tell me, that Fairbrother have a good game for the Montreal Canadiens. I know they play with only 3 players. 3 players for defensemen for the Montreal Canadiens on that one. By the way, I just want to let you know, do not be surprised at the game tonight. At the end of the game, they have a shootout. So the NHL gave them an opportunities, whatever is the score, they can have a shootout at the end of the game. From what I heard, tonight they should have a shootout after the game. So you can watching this, there'll be a way to do that. 7:17 to go, Dan said. Je reviens après la partie. Pas de problème, Nicolas. Could I like that kid looking good? So I was impressed by him in our tap. It's something I believe the Montreal could give him a contract. He don't have no contract with the Montreal Canadiens at that moment. Then I turned it off. I was not happy. I know this only exhibition, but I was not impressed by Dan take over as a coach. Michael, don't worry about that. His exhibition game. That's the reason why, being honest with you guys, a lot of streamers like me, they put their game on. Frank did it. The Hot Take did it also. And then, honestly, I could turn around at 7:30 when I came back to work. But I said, you know what? It's not a game where I hate the exhibition game on the road. Why, coach? Because they don't put their full line. The first game, guy, had no full roster. You're going to see more full roster a little bit later, later during the weeks and at the end of 2 weeks. So for me, it's just give them a chance to skate back. You can couple of players you can see like Fred Brother. It's great to see him performing. I really believe Fred Brother, guys. We have to give him the possibility. We have to give him some interest to him. I think Fred Brother could become a good defenseman in NHL. Not right now, I understand, but I think he's really underrated. We talk always about Norlander. We talk always about Goalie, right? But I think Fred Brother, we have to check about it. Yeah, Michael, and like I said, it's like, whatever it was the score 3-0 Montreal, I would be the same way. It's not exhibition game. It's not where my interest there, so we can watching the game and then make some statement every time that. But it's a game of mistake. It's a game where a lot of bad execution every time that. Caulfield had 5 shots at the moment. I came here. I have a 2-1 timer. If you want to become a sniper in NHL scoring 40 goals, that puck have to be down, ball down. One time on the left side, a big save by Jan Scott on the blocker. It was not high at all. So Caulfield on the one-timer, that one over there. So it's just the beginning. So you cannot panic with that part over there. Kimberly Ina, welcome back. A long time ago, Kimberly. How's the little ones doing? I know the Warriors play this weekend. I saw a couple of posts on Facebook, Kimberly. So hopefully you're doing well. Are you with the team or you are at home, Kimberly? Yeah, exactly, Joseph. The good thing about Toronto tonight, I will be honest with you, it's great to see John Tavares come back in the game. And my book, he's always been a great hockey player. And I think the people in Toronto are hard on John Tavares. John Tavares does a lot of details in the game you don't see. It's not on the stat. The details, the face-off side, the stick right there, his position on the ice. John Tavares, guys, is a great hockey player. And I think we don't give him enough credit because he's always over, look because of Matthews and Marner with more points. But John Tavares, guys, great hockey player. So great to see him back on the ice, skating with the boys. And, we don't want to have the all-star players get out of the ice, they not play. So great to see him about that. And again, it's great to see the hockey come back. We're going to cover about, I want to cover tomorrow the Seattle Kraken. Follow the game a little bit, see what's happening, and go from there. Tomorrow night will be the first time they play in the NHL, whatever is on exhibition game. And we done that. Let me check about this one over there. We can look about this. From what I heard here is Caulfield, Fairbrother, McNiven, and Vedemo have a couple of flash during the game so far. So that's what we heard here. So anybody have a comments about this? You want to talk about this? No problem. Like I said, we're going to go to the news of the day. By the way, we are live stream all week. Every time that, and we're going to start the fantasy hockey this week. A lot of prediction in the morning, 11 o'clock in the evening. We're going to go back where we're supposed to be for the upcoming season. That's what we're looking for. Hockey Talk never stop, the Power Play Show. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. I did not give you your homework to do. We have 17 likes, so it's not too bad. It is what it is. I want to mention this first. Is 17 days, 4-0 in our top said. Thank you so much, in our top. 17 days, we have Alex Killorn, Yari Kouri, Ryan Kessler, and Kovalchuk. Three great hockey players wearing the number 17 in NHL. That's what we talk about this. Just go home. They won first game. My grandson did a hat trick. Our son then second game, they got land blast lost. And my grandson got a penalty. Exciting us for hollering. Our son Kimberly. It's not about winning, losing. So have a good time and have fun, and he even enjoy it. That's the most important. How do you say the player name that start with an ex-coach? How do you say the players? I'll be honest with you. The one I heard, and I think Enotap said that, is called X-Jack I. I don't know, Enotap, you can approve it or tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I believe it's X-Jack I or X-Jack I. Harbor is, I'm more like Arbor, but Arbor is the first name. Jack I. Here we go. Got it. So I make a video today, guys, called "No Captain, Who Will Be the Leader?" So I make a video today. You have a chance to watching the video. I will invite you to watching this. I think it was pretty good. I thought he's going to. I think he's going to have more people watching, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. But I think overall, it was a good video. So you have a chance to watching this, that would be great. The next one I want to talk is big news happening at the end of the day, or afternoon, I believe, around 4 o'clock, I believe. The St. Louis Blues and the Ottawa Senators make a trade. The St. Louis Blues send Zach Zanford to the Ottawa Senators. In return, Blues got Logan Brown and a conditional 4th-round pick. If Brown does not play 30 games, if he played 30 games and more for the upcoming season, the 4th-round pick will be out and return to the Ottawa Senator. Why the Blues send Sanford? And honestly, this is only about the salary cap. St. Louis have a problem with the salary cap. And to get that, Sanford was about $2.something million, I believe. And so that's what happening. Logan Brown is a little bit like he never reached his expectation of what the people was thinking about him. He's a big guy. I believe he's 6'3", 6'4". So that's what happened. I have a feeling Logan Brown was going to be traded, but I don't want this trade. Sanford he didn't have a lot of points last season, but overall, I think Sanford is underrated. I think he can become better. And to be with that team, Ottawa, I think that's the plus. To do this, Logan Brown out, I'll be honest with you, that's confirmed in my book. Pinto is going to be a part of the team for the upcoming season. So Pinto will be part of the lineup upcoming. Talking about St. Louis Blues, this is a great news. I think it's another GM since 2010. He's with the team, and he got an extension of 5 years deal today. The St. Louis Blues owners said they signed their extended contract of Doug Armstrong 5 more years. And again, is one of the longest tenure general manager in the franchise history, over 11 years with the team now. So a great signature. He's always been a great human being around the St. Louis Blues, and they won the Stanley Cup in 2018, and that's what the St. Louis Blues are. It's a great cultural hockey over there. It's a great fans in Missouri. The Missouri people in St. Louis area support their team. The Cardinals, you know what I mean? Like they support their baseball team, they support the hockey team over there, and it's great to see that, honestly, for that team over there. 3:42 left in the game. Thank you, then. Adam Burger! The next news I want to mention, this is coming from the Minnesota Wild. They mentioned about the captain. So what happening? They're going to be alternate captain for the team next season. And, of course, we're talking about Marcus Foligno and Matt Tomba. Both of them is going to sharing the C at some point during the season. So alternate captain for them. They've been with the team for many years. At some point, some people was maybe trade bait for Marcus Foligno. I'm still not understand why Nick Foligno did not sign over there. Maybe the salary cap is a problem, but I feel like Nick Foligno would be a great asset for the Minnesota Wild, but it did not happen. The Boston Bruins signed Nick Foligno, but will be interesting. Minnesota Wild, like guys, it's I'm not sold yet. I understand Kaprizov is there. I understand that, but I'm not particularly all sold about that team. We'll see what's happening, but they are excited to see play, of course, with Kaprizov. But what happening with the defense and also the goaltender situation will be very interesting. Zenit back in the house. By the way, Zenit, we welcome you. We welcome Zayla, and we welcome Caroline earlier, about 10 minutes ago, I believe. Like Michael Robinson said, it's now Zayla rules. So welcome aboard Zenit. Bienvenue de retour. Bonsoir à Zayla, of course. Okay. Roger Denis, 4-1. He looked like Leonard worked hard in the offseason. He lost a lot of weight. That's what I heard about this, Adam. He talked like a lot of not private lesson, but he does a lot of on ice working with the coach alone, and that's a great for him to get that. Nat Lafont debut. Toffoli score in our tap. Great to see Nat back. Nat, she's the #1 collaborator of the Hockey Nation Live show. She bring all the information during the game because Coach Frenchy internet is behind of what's going on in Montreal. She's always like sometime she about 15 seconds, 30 seconds max, but sometimes she's been like 1 minute behind me in that, and she was bring all the information and everything like that. So glad to see that. I'll be honest with you, during this playoff, I didn't watching her because I didn't want to know what's going on. But at the end of the day, when I would see a goal, I was happy about that. So thank you, Nat, to do that. Maple Leaf Habs just scored. Dan, thank you so much, Coach. I will read to her. Not a problem. It's a pleasure, isn't it? Kayla is the best. Here we go. Thank you, Rob, Michael, about that one there. So that's what happened about this. No, don't be sorry, Nat. It's great. By the way, I like, by the way, Nat, from Flower to go to Rocky Balboa, that's pretty impressive, to be honest with you. If you don't know me, guys, if I don't watch over 300 times all the movie or Rocky Balboa, I think I didn't watch one of them. I believe the best movies always been Rocky Balboa. It's so many great mindset and great words inside those movies about Rocky, with perseverance, never give up, and live. A dad and the boys, everything like that. Just an amazing. So, Nat, I'm really impressed. You put Rocky there. So, thanks to be a part. Adam, yes, that's another video on the internet. You can watching this. The NHL cracking down, the cross-checking. That's another news happening today, but not today, but the last couple of days. And I think that's great. I think that's another way. We at some point was a lot of holding. The old. It was really, really not calling many years ago until Gretzky, Lemieux, and those players complain about that. And now after that, it was the hook, and then after that, now it become a slashing. What is slashing? You cannot slash anybody at the glove area, everything like that. So they call it right away. Now the cross-checking will be another element good for the hockey, and I think it's great. I think Montreal is going to have more trouble in the playoff because they was like the #1 cross-checker during the playoff. But at the end of the day, I think there's a great rule to do this. We'll see how they're going to apply about this. Dan confirmed the Montreal lost by a score of 4-1 tonight. I appreciate that, Natalie. Thank you so much. You're going to see in our tap. I would not be surprised the first month they will apply a lot of cross-checking, and for the players, take a time to readjust themselves with the injuries, with the cross-checking. Talking about injury, I just said the word injury. It's because we have a news from Dominic Chum about Mike Hoffman. Mike Hoffman from Dominic Chum, he said, is a 4 weeks maximum. He said he could come back in 2 weeks, but the pronostic of what they are thinking is 4 weeks for the worst. And for the best situation, it could be 2 weeks. So what happening there? We are about 3 weeks, guy, for the beginning of the year. So expect worst case, he may be missing the first week of the season, and that would be 3 to 5 game maximum. So Hoffman will be back with the roster after that. So that's pretty good to hear this about that news from Dominic Chum, to be honest with you. Yep, you're absolutely right, Adam, about that. I don't know if Dan and I know Tabby or Natalie can confirm with me how they going right now, shootout or not. Main goal, okay, welcome back. Ronnie Odette, welcome back. Talking about Toronto Maple Leafs, they just win tonight. Why not to mention today they signed ELC 3 years with William Villeneuve. What originally Villeneuve was a 4th-round draft pick, a 122 overall, and 2020 initial draft. So Villeneuve is going to be a part of their team for the Willett as I have a bad night in our top set. Thank you. Don't hesitate to give us all the update about the game, especially miss. So they are right. Yes, Adam. Tavares scored a first goal. Ronnie Odette about that. He scored the second goal of the game. It was on power play, and it was after 10 seconds after they dropped the puck. He scored John Tavares. Caulfield score. Nylander score. I just see Caulfield, no? Here we go. A Twitter alert. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to click on the like. That'd be awesome. That'd be great if you can do that. Do we have other news? We don't have any other news, guys. That was the last news of the day. At some point, it was very quiet, and then he came back with a lot of news after that. Tavares missed. How many did he do? 5? What's going on with Vrana visa issue? I don't know. I did not heard that. I apologize, Adam, because usually I'm very good on news. I know today I was busy, but you're the first one. Bring me that one over there. His visa is completely ready to rock and roll. That's no problem. But the bad news about this, he's hurt today. So Jacob Vrana arrived for the first practice with an injured shoulder. After encountering a visa problem, and now it looks like it's fixed. He iced for approximately 10 minutes before injury shoulder, coach said. So Rana would be a further evaluate in Aske's play on Sunday scrimmage. That would be a big loss for them if they lose him. So the visa is all good, Adam, but he have an injury. And on top, the coach Frenchy is the best. John screamed too much. We did not see John Golden tonight yet. So what happening tonight, coach? But we are open up. I'll be honest with you. We are according to Pierre Lebrun, Quinn Hughes and Brandy Catcher are skating together in Michigan. Yes, is all right. They are skating together. Confirm, Adam. I predict yesterday maybe Kachuk is going to. By the way, I spoke with is it Sean Simpson for TSN? I think it's Simpson, his last name, Sean Simpson. Pas très bien, Nicolas. Ça n'a pas été très bon match pour Montréal. C'est sûr que avec leur aliment, c'est pas vraiment bon. Donc, Nicolas, je suis pas trop excité à cause des passeurs concours parce que c'est pas balancé. Les deux premiers matchs, là. Normalement, tu vas voir là, quand ça va rentrer dans les deux dernières parties de l'exhibition, tu vas voir que ça va jouer encore mieux. Là. Donc, pas grand-chose à dire à propos de ce match-là, malheureusement. So he told me he still believes Kachuk is going to get a 6-year, a minimum 6-year with Ottawa. I would not go with him 6-year. The reason I mentioned to you guys yesterday, I think they should go all three with a bridge contract. T'as bien raison, Ronnie. I will just go a bridge contract with them and see. I think the salary cap it becomes so hard, and I think for the benefit of everything, you gave an $8 million guy for a guy never passed the 55 point. It's almost like you gave to Suzuki next week $8 million per year. By the way, talking about Nick Suzuki, it was confirmed by Elia Feldman during the game tonight. The Montreal Canadiens are looking to book already Nick Suzuki, his contract during the season. So they will not, what happened with Kokanimi, they will not take a chance. They're going to looking to sign Nick Suzuki during the season, where I believe there's a great news. It is okay to do that. Because Nick Suzuki, guys, like I did to my video today, what I said, he's going to be the superstar, the next star for the Montreal Canadiens. Carey Price carried on the Montreal Canadiens for over 15 years now. I believe Nick Suzuki can become that quality of a star like Carey Price. He's not going to have 100 points, but Montreal don't have that quality star like him right now. Of course, Caulfield, him, to fully have a great line. But I think everything have to go back to Nick Suzuki for the next couple of years after that. It would be interesting today. I talk about who is the leader of the team today. And I think it become a package deal, a leader. I think Weber is not there anymore. I mentioned, the first one I mentioned, it was Gallagher. Then I mentioned Suzuki. Then I mentioned Carey Price. Then I mentioned the full quadruple defense. So I'm talking about Savard, Petrie, Chariot, and Edmondson, all those four. And then I said Mac Bergevin can be a leader for the team, and also Luke Richardson. So those people without Weber, Perry, and Eric Stahl now. So each one of them have to step up and elevate their game of leader inside that organization now for the upcoming season. And I believe they can do this all together. So they have a committee of leadership now for what Nick Suzuki said, and I think that's the right thing to do. Julien, welcome aboard. A little bit disappointed to see Poland that way. Really responsible of the cover on the third goal. Again, that's the first game. Again, you can be nervous every time that. Dominic Charm, he said, those games is to see those little, to see those rookies, to see what they look like, and to see what they look again, other players, opponent team. And that was a big, big game for Poland to show to Dominic Charm he should keep him on that. So, pocket play also. So, it'll be interesting about that again. Like I mentioned, it's don't be worried about that game and don't believe that, oh my God, this game would be like, no. It's the first game. It's not unbalanced. The lineup is unbalanced. You play with 3D. I think Primo, overall, it was not too bad. McNiven, it was better game. But again, tomorrow Montreal is back on the ice. All right. Gallagher, look like Gallagher now pushed back to Monday, what I heard today from Dominic Charm. And then day-to-day for Edmondson. Scrimmage tomorrow, the red versus the white. And then Monday night, Montreal play against Toronto back in Montreal now. So it will be the second game in 3 nights for the Montreal versus the Toronto. So we're going to talk about that game a little bit more live during the weeks. It's possible next week we do a lot of shows. The show at 7 o'clock to follow up all the score around the league about that. So that's what's happening. So we still have a couple more minutes. If you want to talk about something, you're welcome. We can talk about what you think about the upcoming season, what you feel about the upcoming season. You have any question about the team? You have any question about the game tonight or overall the NHL? It's time to talk about this. Johnny, I would not be surprised after tomorrow night. It makes sense? So it could be after tomorrow night or Monday morning. They will starting. A lot of team start today. I think Carolina cut 3 players. And, so a couple of teams is starting to do that. And that's normal. But they're going to go, I believe me, they will let play more players tomorrow. And then after that, I wouldn't be surprised you cut a couple of people and go back down. Not really like he was Adam. Like barely now. They don't believe you have to fight to deserve a spot in NHL anymore. And the time, a long time ago, many years ago, it was happening a lot, right? And it was like great players will try to impress, everything like that. But now the players, the coach, everything like that, they don't want to see that. They want to have create more by your skill, your ability, and your potential on the ice. Show how you can play, everything like that. And that's what's happening now and during the camp. It's a great question. When does the Laval Rocket training camp actually start? Usually it should be 10 days, 7 to 10 days after the Montreal Canadiens. That's what usually it is. It's a great question. I don't have with me right now, but I can look for you, buddy. But I always know that by experience about that. I put the stat. So they don't give me any information about this right now, but expect about this one happen. Yes, by the way, it's a great comments about this. No problem, Johnny. It's like I've been this way, because when you do, they want their player come back right away and not waiting like 2 weeks before that. So that would be happening right there. Hey, Coach, did you watch the game tonight? Not all game, Adrien. I follow more on the internet, but I didn't watching the games live. I came back a little bit late. Like that. The opponent was good on face-off, Roger, but that's not good enough, Roger. If he want to play with the Montreal Canadiens, I think he needs to step up. Because I have a first game against Sharks tomorrow at them. Yes, you have a lot of game tomorrow. I think you have 11, 12 game guys tomorrow in NHL. So it's going to be interesting to see that. It will be interesting to follow. Like I said, tomorrow night I'm going to be live earlier. I'm coming back from Kendall, where you take me about 45 minutes. So I don't know if I will start at 7 or 8 o'clock, but I will follow up everything. 2-1 St. Louis Blues, guys, after the second period. James Neal scored 1 goal for the St. Louis Blues tonight, by the way. And again, Montreal lost 4-1 after that. The Florida Panthers guy played 2 games tomorrow, a double-header against the Nashville Predator, 2 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Their game is here in Montreal, in Florida. And it's funny to see this. Curtis Gabriel scored a goal for Toronto, by the way. If you look about the stat tonight, Montreal are 53 versus 47 for the face-off, 0-2. Toronto are 1-4. 23-minute penalty for Montreal and 9 for Toronto. I tried to figure out who did it. Henriksen have 17-minute penalty. But you know what thing is great? Fred Brother guy have 5 hits tonight. We have to like this kid. I believe we need to look this one over there. Poland have 64%. Anderson 56, but he's not really great about that one over there. Paquette only 22% on face-off. Dvorak only 33% on face-off. He played only 11 minutes, by the way, Dvorak, so I don't know if he was hurt. Anybody can tell me a little bit more about Dvorak, if he was hurt or not? Armia played only 10 minutes for Montreal Canadiens. Henriksen, they play. What happened also, guys? The roster is bigger, right? So Montreal play at 7 defensemen, and then Toronto also play with 7 minutes. Matthews play only 9 minutes. So anyway. Just want to mention about the about the stats. And on top said October 15. I start late. We're on the end of September, right? 25th. Wow, that's 3 weeks from here. I think it was 10 days. I'm really impressed with the Russian kid, Pavel Durviev. He's getting a lot of media attention in Vegas. However, like he's doing well over there. Spec, welcome aboard. Franco, welcome aboard, Franco Iacono, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I'm pretty much what I'm thinking about this. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I thank Franco. Unfortunately, I did not watch the game. I was working, and I show up. I have to prepare the show, so I came back at 7:30, and they said, "Oh my God, the show started at 9 o'clock. I have to get the news." I did my short video. I'm glad I make a video this morning earlier, but again, and I was not too much into it. But it would be great if someone heard about that information about Dvorak. I did not watch the game. So Dixon, goddamn leave. Yeah, but you know what? We can give them the exhibition game, but we can beat them during the playoff. At the end, you always remember the end of the season. You never remember the beginning of the season. That's kidding. Maybe not. Don't forget to click on the like. Franco, by the way, I believe, is it your first time in the house, Franco? If you are, welcome aboard. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. And look like you are a big fan of Montreal Canadiens, so welcome aboard. We'd be curious to know where are you coming from. That'd be awesome, by the way. 356 view for Niku. Thank you, Johnny. Not too bad. Not too bad. I don't know why my video are not good enough. But that's another subject one day. Bye, the monkey. I'm all right, buddy. How you doing? Are you ready for tomorrow? Yes, sir. Coach cannot give up on quiz. 10 o'clock. We have about 10 minutes. Awesome, Franco. I feel I see your last name. So somehow, somewhere, your last name bring me somewhere. I don't know it's here on Twitter. But yeah. So I'm glad you come back. Glad the hockey bring you back. We did not stop during the season. Hopefully you're doing well. And you're ready to rock and roll, in 3 weeks with really what you can do a video on Poland, Caulfield, John Major review, I'm sure. Yeah, I did today. I thought today was a great video about the leadership, right? No captain, and he did not open up at all. I think I'm about 88 or 91, whatever it was. So I think I'm going to talk about Chris Letang trade to Montreal Canadiens. We'll see what happened with that one. Adrien, hey, welcome back. Yeah, right. That's what I'm talking about. I cannot tomorrow. Tomorrow I have a busy day. But I'm taking to this like Tuesday, Wednesday next week. I will try it. We'll see what happens. I'm going to get a couple of tomatoes in my head, but it's all right. Malkin with Florida Panthers and Letang with the Montreal Canadiens. Thank you so much, Franco. I appreciate that, buddy. Johnny said 102. See, that's not good. That's not good enough. What's up? Not much, Adrien. We're really waiting right now for 8 minutes to get the Frenchy Quiz open up. That's really what we're doing. Not too bad, Dixon. We have a couple of opportunities, at least 2 of what I can remember, what I saw on Twitter. One, it was, here we go. See, another tap. You know what? You have to give credit to McNiven tonight, Franco. I'm not sold on Primo yet. Didn't have a great year last season. And tonight, of course, he gave 3 goals on 21 shots. But look, one of the 3 should stop it in my book. And on top 28, yes, that's what I think. Because usually the coach does a rookie camp, and then he going down, and then he prepare the camp, and then the players go right there. You don't want to have a player take 1 week off and waiting, right? So when he cut the players, they go to Laval now, and they bring the bag over there, and he start the next day. And then now 12 yards is about, 90 minutes, maybe max, 75 minutes from Montreal. So from Laval. So now they can go there also. No, Franco. I believe he had to be there for 2 more years in Laval. Now they have a full year next season. He need to go. He have to be about 40, 50 game next season, Franco. Absolutely agree with you. He need to have a lot of start in American Hockey League. Again, Like I think Stephen White said, he need a minimum of 150 start before he can really more have that kind of confidence to play NHL, and I'm agree with him. But you're going to see that the next 2 days, 48 hours, a couple of players going to be cut for sure. I can't wait for see if they're going to sign Jack I. I'm sorry, right, Franco. Yeah, so many goaltenders step up at 24, 25, 26, 27. Max Strom, one of them. Damko, another one. Peterson now with Los Angeles. You know, Thomas was on a big one. It's not easy. You know, you have to be an exception like Price or, you know, Spencer Knight now. Carter Hart, but Hart struggled last year. Adam, the situation with Jake Eichel now is changing now because he did not pass the physical. Now they are thinking maybe they suspend him. Would be really interesting about that. And nobody would take a chance to, you know, he's be out for a couple of months now. So this could be hurt or they can be old that trade until next year. I wouldn't be surprised. I believe that Buffalo Sabres will try to find somehow with the CBA a mistake or something where they can suspend Jack Eichel. Because this is going ugly anyway. And Jack Eichel is never going to play for Buffalo anyway. So, and right now, any team does not want to take a chance with that situation. And he knows now he cannot go in to play for Team USA, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, Dixon. Have a great night, Julius. On Toffoli, Johnny. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? Just forget the game and move on to tomorrow, right? You know, he was the one who was guilty on the third goal, right? For the bunting. I think he was there. He was 1 foot behind him. But again, it's quick in hockey, right? It's quick in NHL. The pass came for the corner and then inside, but he was the man of Ren Poland. You can see from the blue line, he turned around his body, he glide in front of the net, wait for the puck come in front of the net, and boom, after that, was too late. I'll be honest with you, but the monkey, Tipes get a lot of great words by Bennett, by Kenville during the yesterday. Not a problem, Adam. Have a great night, buddy. Are you serious tomorrow? Hopefully see you tomorrow night. But if not, here we go.
Happy birthday to you.
Adam.
Happy birthday to you.
Adam.
Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Adam Burger. Happy birthday, buddy. Not that one, Jesus. It's my biggest concern about this, Franco. It's like, if they call consistency like they do now with the slashing, no problem. But I would be curious how they're going to go with that one over there. Because a slashing, all right, or a hook out on the particular time of the game. A cross-checking guy is in the corner on the front net. It's everywhere, the cross-checking. And what they're going to adapt that tolerance, how they're going to tolerate that move for specific player versus other players. That's, Franco, is a great comment there. That's what I'm not sure about, how they're going to turn around that one over there. Yes, I still have 1 minute. Here we go. Oh, we got it. Where's coach going? I don't know. My mouse is fast. I don't know what's going on with my mouse. My mouse is too fast. I don't know why, but it's fast. No, Johnny. No game tomorrow. The Montreal Canadiens have a scrimmage between the red and the white at 3 o'clock Eastern Time p.m. at the Bell Center. Their next game is only Monday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. The Florida Panthers have a 2-game tomorrow, 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock, a double header at the PBD Center, where they call the Florida Live Show or something like that. Thank you, Buddy Monkey, but I cannot watch him tomorrow. Thanks to let me know, by the way. Appreciate that. Here's quiz. Are you ready? We're about 19 people, 17 people, so that's what usually we are. Who is going to win tonight? And the Leaf. All about the Toronto Maple Leaf tonight. Again, which team they have the worst point percentage? So 0.465, 0.342, 0.722, whatever it is. What is the worst point? Is it again Montreal? Is it Boston, Philadelphia, Detroit, or Ottawa? Good luck, everybody. Money Monkey said B. Spec said A. Michael Robinson said C. And our tab said C. Absolutely right, Franco. Ronnie Odette said C. Kraken Canucks. Now we're going to talk about this tomorrow night, buddy. Gary Conway. E. Gary, first time participate. We give you a free point, buddy. You get a free good answer. Roger Delaney said B, Boston. Franco, you can jump in the party. If you don't know the answer, just take a chance. Take a letter. If you do it, we'll give you a free answer. Free tonight will be your first participation, Franco. Anybody else? Dan, where are you, Dan? And we go from Ahmad again. Dan says C. Here we go. Dan step up at the last minute. D, he said Franco. For sure. Why not? But the answer of this question, guys, is C. 0.422. So Michael Robinstein, Eno Tap, Ronnie Odette, Gary, because you have a 3 point, Dan step up, and then Franco, you have your 3 point also. You take the lead at that moment. Congratulations. Spec, exactly. Eno Tap is the man, buddy. And the Leaf franchise. Which player has the most minute a penalty? And the Leaf franchise. Which one have the most minute a penalty? Is it tied to me? Tiger Williams, Wendell Clark, Bob Bone, and Tim Horton. But the monkey said A. Enotab said E. Luke said C. Luke is back. Spec said A. Gary said E. Dan said C. Joseph said A. Ronnie said E. Michael Robinson said D. Enotab said A. So if you have the good answer, you're going to go 0.5 if you have the good answer. We are tough. Anybody else? The answer is A. Tim Dummy. Franco take the lead at 2. Enotap is at 1.5. Bottom Monkey score, Spec score, and Joseph Laham score. Dan said B, but it's not B. Congratulations. Franco take the lead. And the Toronto Maple Leaf franchise, who has the best save percentage with a minimum of 100 game? Is it Frederick Anderson, Jacques Plante, James Reimer, Jesus, Bruce Campbell, who remember Bruce Campbell, and Johnny Bauer? Good luck, everybody. Spec said E. Thank you. Enotap said B. Joseph Laham said E. Banamonkey said A. Luke said D. Gary said B. Ronnie said E. Ronnie said A. E. Franco said F. Michael Robinson said E. So Franco, for which letter? F it is. Give you a chance, Franco. Rachid Delany said D. Franco, which letter? A, B, C, D, E. One more chance. That's the mulligan. Dan, where are you, Danny? And Franco. None of the above. But on that one, guys, he stepped up again. You guys, he stepped up again. Enotap step up, and also Gary step up. So what happening at that moment, guys? Enotap is at 2.5. Gary is at 2. Franco is at 2. Anybody else is still at 1. That's E. I still have two more questions, guys. Don't go nowhere. And the Leaf franchise, which goaltender has the most year with the Leafs? The most years with the Leafs. Is it Felix Potvin, Johnny Bower, Jacques Plante, Alan Bester, or Dirk Broda? B for spec. Dan said D. But the monkey said A. Michael Robinson said E. Franco said E. Gary said A. Ronnie said A. Roger said B. Enotap said E. Joseph said B. Anybody else? I forgot to play that. The answer is E. Dirk Broda. Franco score at 3. Enotap is at 3.5. Gary is at 2. Michael Robinson is at 2. Last question of the night. Michael Robinson. And the Leaf franchise, which coach has the most W behind the bench? Is it Mike Babcock, Pat Quinn, Punch Emlak, Hap Day, Dick Irvin? The most W behind the bench. NHL said C. Ronnie Odette said B. Bada Monkey said D. Speck said B. Bada Monkey said D. Enotap said C. Gary said E. Luke said B. Michael Robinson said C. Absolutely right, Franco. Greg Kim, welcome aboard. Don't forget to click on the likes. Luke said B. Joseph said C. Roger, said E. All right, the answer, that one, guys, is C. Punch Emlak. So the winner, guys, tonight, and you know the answer. I don't have to tell you who won tonight. Punch Emlak win tonight. Punch Emlak win tonight. No, it's Enotap. So, NHL have a good answer. Jose have a good answer at 2. Franco at 3. Gary at 2. Enotap 4.5 tonight. And Michael Robinson have 3 tonight. Roger has 0 tonight. Have a good night, Bunny Monkey. Spec 1 and 5, yes. Joseph, not too bad, 2 and 5. Roger still there. Roger is still at 0 and 5. You said this. Good performance, Gary, by the way. And Franco, you step up with 2 good answers, by the way. Maybe you could have 3 if you gave us a good. You could not win anyway. 4. That was not good enough. Congratulations again, Enotap. Ronnie. Well, Michael Robinstein, you dog are happy. You're 6 minutes prior of what you suppose. Charles, j'ai envie de pleurer, mais quel but de Tyler Dufoulé à la fin de ces 4-1. Pas de problème, Charles, c'est juste le commencement. C'est juste des parties en concours. Nah, I don't know too much about Franco. Charles, c'est juste le début, donc. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. That's true, Frank. Colorado, I think, at that moment are 46% spec. Colorado is 46% all expert right now in hockey. They gave Colorado the winner of the cup. I'm not sold on Primo either. Remember, he was a 7th-round pick. Yeah. He did well on the NCAA, not with Northeastern. He did well with the Rocket Laval. Right? But again, like Franco said, and everybody, ça prend un peu de temps. It takes a little bit longer for the goaltender sometimes. So for me, we have to let him an American Hockey League 1 more year, maybe 2. And then after that, that's where he needs to step up. But he's definitely not ready in OTAP. Hoffman, he would be hurt. Charles. Gallagher, Drouin, Anderson, Devarak would be there. And Savard. But Hoffman is out for 4 weeks, max of 4 weeks. So that gave you about, October 20, something like that. So he's going to miss about 5-6 games if it's the worst case for him. Montreal don't have a goalie to replace Price. But yeah, not many goaltender at any level, Ronnie can take the spot at Carey Price the way he is. But he's still he's still a little bit too early to step up at that direction over there. It's just an exhibition game, Charles. Donc, faut qu'il a joué des joueurs comme Dauphin and Pardon to look what they look like at the end of the day. And on tap, I'll not be worried about that. They did the same thing with the slashing. They did the same thing with the hook, and the players going to adapt. Give at least 1 or 2 months, but you're going to see after that the player will pay more attention. The coach, you're going to see. I'm not too much worried about that. Well, yeah, Franco, but I think it will happen not in 23, 24. That's really where I believe it will be the way he's supposed to be if he reach that kind of but the potential he has. I'm just going to wait for l'Olympics. It'll be interesting to see that for sure. Est-ce que tu as de la misère à parler en anglais? Non. J'ai plus de misère à parler en français maintenant. C'est parce que je te réponds en français. Là. Normalement, je réponds avec les questions qui viennent avec le langage. Honestly, no tap. They are not that kind of physicality that way. They forecheck a lot, but they don't play physicality on the defensive side. So I'm not too much agree with you about that one over there. Any rule change this year, the biggest one spec is the cross-checking. Parce que tu parles en anglais, on dirait que tu as de la misère. C'est pas comme si c'était un accent anglais américain. Ouais, peut-être. Because in our tap, the defensemen are not like they not play really, really physical. So that's the reason why in our tap, like, they forecheck a lot, they pressure a lot. But on the, like Pelech, Pulak, Lady was there, Manfield maybe, Thompson, no, Green, no. Not come. Not necessary spec. You have a many cross-checking happening. Florida, Tampa, Winnipeg, Edmonton. Montreal was involved with a lot of cross-checking, a lot. That's maybe one reason about that. Franco, yes. English, Franglais. Not Italian. Spanish, Québécois. Yes, in our top. Yeah, exactly. That the team with slower defensemen will have a difficult time. Yes, but remember the cross-checking Islanders, Tampa Bay. Yeah, that's what he said. I don't know if he said again or with respect. I think Spec, he talked about the cross-checking of midfield on Kucherov. It will be not tolerate like he was before. So they cannot cross-checking anymore. That's front area and front of net and the corner. You can see during the video. If you have a chance, check the video on the social media about the cross-checking. You're going to see Marchand make another, you have a lot of video. Cross-checking was not make sense. They should call them. Not for Matthews. But it would be really interesting to see that. Like in our tap, but again, gave them a couple of games. So the way Franco they mentioned to be more clear, so they cannot cross-checking in front of the net. They cannot cross-checking with a guy wait for the puck when you have a battle beside him, and then you can see Weber. No, it was a guy from, again, Perry. And then you have Marchand does a cross-checking. It's called a lower back cross-checking over the pants at the blue line. It's like an interference. Now they would call more the interference cross-checking. That would be the best way I can describe the most now without puck, right? So during that video, a 4 minute 39 second, I believe, you see a lot of cross-checking happening during season or during the playoff where those cross-checking should be called. The key is to be sure they are consistency to call those kind of penalties. Pas de problème, mon Nicolas. On se reparle demain soir. Bonne journée demain. At the end of the day, you should not cross-checking anybody with no puck, right? So the key in front of the net now is you cannot cross-checking, so you have to put your body versus the puck and the goaltender, and you be sure your stick is under the stick to under the one and tie up the players. That's one thing you can do now. You cannot open up. So some player was going to have a difficult time for sure. Yeah, Kimberly, but again, they will let a little bit more in front of the net. It's the one around, the one in the corner, the one where you come in and you're coming down and with no puck or with a puck, and then he cross-checking you over the shoulder area or the stomach. Have a great night, Michael. The dog is waiting for you, buddy. That's no problem, Kimberly. But remember, you should not cross-checking anybody as a part of the rules. They did not apply it. That's the problem. And maybe like many cross-checkings during the playoff, they should call it. But it's cross-checking that's not part of the game, right? So I believe they will let a guy pushing someone from the back in front of the net. But they will not let a players get a cross-checking in front of the net and get the guy fall. That's what happening a lot during the playoff. They didn't call the cross-checking. So they amplify the cross-checking more, the players. They use it too much. And that's not right. Thank you, Kimberly. Yes, Steve Tango said this also. We are ready for the Stanley Cup. Hi, Valentino. Welcome aboard. Yeah, the Shane Ivory rules. Sean. Quiet night tonight. A lot of people are pessimist or sad of the performance of Montreal. Now they want to just go to bed. I agree with you, Franco. Too many watch the NHL, by the way, but and USC now, the rules in USC, Franco, it's unbelievable. It's so bad right now, Franco. I love this. What happening is spec, so they want to be sure. It was not tolerance before, it was terrible. It was not calling any cross-checking. It's like slashing and 90s during 1990s on the stick, and they would not call it. So now what they realize, they cross-checking everywhere on the ice, and you foul the guy with cross-checking, and you don't call it. It's like you go on and the guy trip you and you don't call it. That's how it was bad on cross-checking. So what he said, we're not going anymore to letting them go anymore. We need to be sure we cross-checking, we call the cross-checking. Big Bird, Raven, and the house. And if you watch the playoff game, right? Like Montreal Canadiens have about 20 cross-checking per game. Like Weber. That's terrible. But you cannot do that. At the end of the day, you should not cross-checking the guys in the corner. I believe they will let go a little bit more the guy in front of the net. If at least, you know what I mean? Like he cross-checking a guy in front of the net and the guy just bend. He just go down this way. But if you cross-check and the guy fly, that should be called. Franco, that's what you have to be careful there. I'm not worried too much during the season. It's right there in the playoff. But again, it's not only at the playoff, Franco, the cross-checking. It's the slashing. It's the hooking. It's many other penalties. Like McDavid did not draw one penalty against the Winnipeg Jets. That's not normal. He's the fastest kid players in NHL, and he cannot draw no penalty. And on top, you know what it will change? Is the player park in front of the net. The power play, the rebound guy, the Gallagher guy, those guys go in front of the net, I believe they'll get a little bit better. Greg and Kim. Yes, still, at the end of the day, Greg and Kim, the team's going to make the playoff. And like any years, you want to be sure they go through the first round. It's hard. I think last year was the worst. Like the 2 years, 3 years before that, I think as a Leaf fan said, okay, all right, it's the job. But last year it was a KO. And that's difficult to accept. So as a fans, I can understand your feeling. All right, I read you well. It's not going to turn that way, Dixon. I'm telling you right now, they have so many cross-checking, it was too much. Watch the video. Guys, go watching the video. And then you're going to understand why the reason you're going to call this cross-checking. You have no reason cross-checking the guy in the corner. You have no reason cross-checking the guy in the blue line. You should not cross-checking. Right? You should not cross-checking. They called the penalty 2 minutes for cross-checking. So what happening? They was calling about 30% of the call. Now they have to call them more because that's not right. To not calling those kind of penalties where they really not make sense to cross-checking a guy in the corner and they don't call it. Now Franco is right. Me, I'm curious to see what he's going to do during the playoff. But season, I'm not having no problem. Johnny, 8 o'clock will be the right time, Johnny. Could be a little bit earlier, but at 8 o'clock is scheduled for 8 o'clock tomorrow night. I want to go with the Seattle and the Seattle Kraken game tomorrow night. You have a lot of difficult call. It would be a very interesting, Greg, what is happening with Montreal. That division, Greg, is so hard. You cannot make mistake. But Paulin, Johnny. Absolute right, spec. Because Greg, like, absolute right, Franco. I think like any team, like Boston, Toronto, Montreal, I believe those three teams, if they have some key major injuries or COVID situation problem, those three teams could have a difficult time to make the playoff. All three. I believe at that moment, the Tampa Bay, the Florida Panthers are a level higher at that moment. But Toronto, Boston, Montreal are similar. And one of the three teams have a key major injury or COVID-19 situation. I think one of the three cannot make the playoff. And that's why it's hard to call the prediction. Oh, it's not the referee. You have nothing to do now. The cross-checking is explain the rules. The rule is cross-checking. You have to be called now. So the ref is you have to call it. That's not the ref said, oh, the cross-checking there, it's okay, or this cross-checking is not okay there. They have a rules, and they're going to be judged, the ref, after the game said, look, this you have to be called. I'm not worried too much about that. What I'm worried is when they go to the playoff, what the tolerance of everything, are they going to be a little more severe next year or not? Because they talk about this. Do you think every time McDavid get hit, he elbow they should call it at the end of the day, right? It's just like McDavid. It's not normal. McDavid cannot draw penalties against Winnipeg. It's too early, Johnny, to call about Primo. I think you have to wait almost 2 years before you to see if Primo can become a goaltender in NHL, first of all, a number 2 or a number 1. That's awesome, Greg. You are live hard. You know what I mean? Like, my best friend is a coach over there, so I know exactly what's going on over there a lot. And, you know, I feel bad for the Leafs fans at some point because, you know, with all they have right now, they should get a little bit deeper on the playoff. But we cannot looking backward. We have to look forward. The key for the Leafs this season, guys, is the left side of the line. I'm still worried, Greg and Kim, about the goaltender situation over there. They have to be sure Campbell can step up because Peter Mrazek, guys, is not the number he got last year. So if Jack Campbell cannot be, which kind of Jack Campbell is it? Is it Campbell last year or the Campbell he was before? That would be a big problem with it. Then the line on the left wing, the winger over there, have to be sure some of them perform. They have a couple of great players over there. Can they do that? That's the biggest question about the Toronto Maple Leafs. And then what do you do with Morgan Rielly? How they can find the money to sign Morgan Rielly? Greg, those questions will at time will tell us what could happen. You're absolutely right, Franco, about that. Yes, Dixon. I believe in my book 2 years. Yeah, McNaven. The key to play in NHL, Dixon, as a goaltender is the consistency to be alert on every save and every, you know, everybody can give bad goal. But those like McNaven, why he's not there is the consistency to perform night after night, game after game. That's the difficult time. Is the Metro the hardest division? No, it's Atlantic right now. The worst is the Pacific, right? The Metropolitan, the Atlantic is in my book, on my eyes, is the biggest one. Because Dixon, think about this. You have Islanders, Carolina, and then you drop after that. And Carolina, I'm not sure. Edmonton, Toronto, Colorado, Vegas. You have to put Carolina around that one over there. In our top, live in Toronto, Franco. So, repeat. Toronto, Vegas, Colorado, they are set Edmonton. Jesus. Let's start over. Vegas. I have to go on my computer. I cannot see right now. I'm tired. All right, let's start over. Edmonton. Vegas 2. Colorado 3. Toronto 4, Tampa Bay 5, Florida Panthers 6. I will put one team, Winnipeg. No. No, Dixon. They don't have to look for any goaltender. At least they have a chance to have a draft, and they have a great goaltender like Kosa or Wellstad last year. But otherwise, they can wait 2 more years, maybe before Primo come back. What I will do, Dixon, is sign again to maybe another year to Jake Allen. Great comments there. They're going to go that way now. The new philosophy or the new way to be a goaltender in NHL now is almost a 2D of split time. And because you play a lot of games this year back to back or every 2 nights, and because the schedule of Olympic is shrink, the goaltender is going to be 38, 44, something like that. My concerns, like you said, and again, I'm not, again, Toronto, it's a big concern. What kind of Campbell is. Merashek, before he go last season with Carolina was okay. Detroit was not great. We don't know at the end of the day, but I agree with you about what you said. Well, he just never reached that level. As a problem, he's still at the Washington. He's still playing the East Coast Hockey League with Vegas before that. Now he's with Washington. He shares Hershey and the East Coast Hockey League. J'ai jamais vu une équipe de Montréal, une franchise de merde. Ils méritent de déménager dans le désert où il n'y a rien. Ouais, je suis pas d'accord avec toi, Charles. Je veux dire, je sais pas. Je veux dire, il y a une très bonne équipe. Ils ont très bien performé dans le passé. C'est pas facile de gagner une Coupe Stanley. Et si on juge sûrement sur la Coupe Stanley, je pense qu'on n'est pas correct. Il faut regarder. Ils ont quasiment la gagné l'an passé. Was Rick DeVitro good in the NHL? No spec. Not at all. I agree with you, Greg. I think that'll be something. Je vois pas ça comme ça, Charles. Je veux dire, il y a à peu près 65% des joueurs n'ont même pas joué. Carey Price n'était pas là. Drouin n'était pas là. Dvorak a joué 10 minutes. T'sais, il manquait des éléments qui font qu'ils vont changer avec le temps. T'sais, Chariot n'était pas là. Emerson n'était pas là. Gallagher n'était pas là. Not really Franco, and I will tell you why. Because Franco, behind this, he has 24 years old. That's the reason behind over there. That's, I believe, the reason he got that kind of money. And to be sure that that kind of money is because he's more like the number one player. It's a little bit what Marner did at $11 million. So if you are one of the top players, you're going to get that money. But again, for me, it was more because he was 24 years old. If he was 20, 21, I think the negotiation would be different in my eyes. But what I said when he got the contract, Franco, I said, if he cannot score 40 goals, he cannot get 70 points, it's not worth it. That's is a mistake for the Minnesota Wild. Il a joué juste 10 minutes. I'm still not sure, Dixon, but, I put him 25. This was like 27. So it's 3 goals behind 30. It could reach this number. And the only good things about him, I would maybe change my prediction at some point, is he played first line with Caulfield and Suzuki. He signed a contract, yes, because what happening is he got an offer sheet for the Philadelphia Flyers. 12 years, and they gave him a signing bonus of $13 million for the first 5 years or 4 years. Yeah. So he was getting like 7.85 per year, and then the first 4 years, he got $42 million money guarantee. And the Philadelphia did it, thought that Azure not going to match it, and they match it. I think it was a mistake in my eyes. Why, coach? Because they trade Weber for Subban. He was good there for about, 18 months. If they let go Weber, they got first 4-round pick. So Weber is making bank until not play like DiPietro. But DiPietro is a bird. It is just never performed. DiPietro did not. It was one of the worst signature. He took advantage of the generosity of the New York Islanders. He's on the long-term injury reserve list, Greg. So he's back home for 1 year. After the year, we see if he's going to play or not anymore. Right now, they signed David Savard as the defenseman over there. So that's, they're going to miss Shea Weber for sure. Oh, Tag, back in the house. Not for me, Dixon. I don't live in Montreal anymore, so I don't know what's going on with Quebec, but I don't get it, be honest with you, Franco. I don't get it. Like, I don't know. And USC right now, if you go to a college football game, it's packed. It's packed. 80,000 people, 75,000 people, 92,000 people. I don't get it. Oh, Spec, this is a great question. I'm not sure. He's really going to be borderline. Just watch Drew Doughty, guy, with the Los Angeles Kings, the first 2 months of the season. Drew Doughty, guy, is going to hit everybody. Drew Doughty will try to play like if he win the Norris, because he wants to be a part of the Team Canada. Yep. Exactly. By the way, he still got $1 million this July. He was his last check. Frank Salazar in the house. Sorry about that. Don't forget to click on the likes. How many fans can the Canadiens have this year? Yes, sir, Frankie. Are you going tomorrow? I think it's 10,000. Damn. Yeah, exactly, right? Absolutely, Greg. I think Canada need Perez because of the physical role. It's just like the team is packed. Um, it will happen, Franco. The first woman happening last week. A woman ref high level last week. I don't know which level. I apologize, but I see the picture. I can see. Her picture right now. And I'll tap 10,000. Yeah. All right, Frankie. I know, Dixon. I don't know why. I don't understand. I don't follow news anyway. But I don't get it. I don't know. Hit the likes before we go. You're welcome, Danny. Yes, Montreal. She played an exhibition game as goaltender. So Phil Esposito was the general manager, and they let her dress up for the game, and she participated to the game. I think it was the last period or something like that. Montreal. Yep. I think she was wearing number 33 for Patrick Roy. I could be wrong. I don't know, it's very difficult to follow this. Inside the CDC here in USA, the scientific, and the government, they are all messed up. All three. Number 33, here we go. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock p.m. And then you have a 12 game in NHL tomorrow, where I'm going to go live tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And I'm going to not play by play, but we're going to follow the game a lot tomorrow. We're going to go in. I'm wrong a lot in our tap, but thanks. No. No, but I believe I could be wrong. It could be on their Twitter, on their Twitch account, but this journey is because I'm getting so many information, and I'm not remember if it was that game or maybe other games. So this could be really, really wrong for me to tell you that. At that moment, I'll be honest with you, I said no. But no, Dixon, I'm not always right, but I know a lot, but not always right. Yeah, Greg. Yeah, Montreal. They just celebrate her a couple of weeks ago in Quebec, like a statue or something like that about her. I don't know, that it's just it's don't I don't get it, but. We just opened the borders for 30,000 people show up last week. I don't know how many people. We have about 200,000 people come to the borders for the last 3 months, and Texas and Arizona and California, all of them, and they don't vaccinate them. So you cannot cross the border in Canada. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get them. But they want to spend $3.5 trillion next week. I guess masks are the key. Yeah, possible. Um, at some point they generate more the women around in any sport anymore on different level, right? The NFL just have a woman now on the field last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it is, right? You have a lot of women work in hockey now as a play-by-play or whatever it is, right? So they involve more, but it takes more time. It's not sure he has spec, but he have a great camp so far. He's doing well. Another player guy with the New Jersey Devil, Dawson Mercer, is doing well. It could be this in our tap in Canada, because here in USA, I live in Florida, guys. Everything's open. Since the beginning. Like, kids go to school. I go to gym. No mask. Since June 2020. In and out. I know. I don't have no answer to tell you what is right, what is wrong. It's just in Florida, they said, we're not going to be stopped by this. Yes, Greg. Mile, Cole, we look like wet dog food tonight. Oh, it's just an exhibition game, Mile. It's nothing else. It's not a full team. When you're the 20-player roster is really the right one, now you can concern. But until they are not concerned. Yeah, I know, Joseph. You are getting more and more women involved with TV station, everything like that. A lot. I've been honest with you, a lot. More in the office, the more higher level of, the job, everything like that. Yes, we'll be back October 8th, I believe. And then you have someone ask a question about, is this Joseph? I don't know. I missed this question. How can they have full NHL? Oh no, it was Joseph about the vaccination. So most of the team, 99.9 team, are going to be vaccinate. So you have players like Josh Archibald. You have Pertuzzi. They have about 5 players right now. They cannot be, or they can, or they cannot to have their vaccination. So some of them cannot travel in Canada and USA, cross the border, everything like that. So that would be the problem there. How can they have a full NHL arena in the USA when COVID-19 numbers are going up? Because we cannot stop to leave because of the COVID-19. People have to consider their life. They try to get more caution about, if you have 2 vaccination example, right? You can go everywhere. You can do whatever you want. So they are good about that. some area you have to wear a mask. If not, some like California and New York are very strict about masks. By other states like Texas or Florida, they open up. Divarek played only 10-minute mile tonight. I don't know if he was hurt, but they limited him a lot. Yes, we have Jake Allen mile, by the way, for 2 more years. When will Bergeron resign again while they are waiting for the Chicago report? I believe Bergevin and Franco have already a contract of 3 years on the table. I believe Bergevin is the end of the end for him. I believe he will not sign a contract as a general manager. I believe he will become maybe president or another title higher level. They will find someone go as a director general, but he will stay in the organization. He got it right for many months. He got a little bit stubborn with the last Delta hire, but at the end of the day, he still believes that's the right things to do. And honestly, I believe he was right. Exactly, Dixon. Johnny. Connor Bedard. Like, mile. Connor Bedard by mile. The Connor Bedard mile is a little bit like McDavid. Shane Wright next year with Menshkov for Russia. That's another McDavid Matthews. You're welcome, Danny. I'll be honest with you, Mile. Between you and me, I don't want you but you cannot put at the same sentence Connor Bedard and Savoie. Just Bedard is over. Menchkov play for Russia KHL right now. He's another Connor Bedard. That's the two only they can be together. Now, Connor Bedard is going to be drafted in 2023. So Savoie is going to be drafted next year. And Shane Wright, he's going to be drafted number 1 next season. I know, right? He loves his mother-in-law. That's why the problem. Oh, yeah. Unbelievable. Listen, at 15 years old last year, he played on the WHL. 15. Now he's going to be 16 this year. And he's going to dominate the WHL. And Shane Wright does the same thing in OHL. Just, they are unbelievable. Yeah. Look like the Yankees win. I don't follow the baseball. The Snow Olympics just win 2-1 and overtime versus Victoriaville. I saw right highlights. Kid is super smart. He has like a super. Oh yeah. Those prospects are unbelievable. It's going to be between Arizona and Buffalo. And for the benefit of doubt and the best The best scenario in my book would be Arizona. Yeah, Buffalo, Arizona. But if the third team, right, 32, 31, the 31, not the 31, the 30 ranking, if example is Anaheim or Detroit, and they get him, that team is going to be powerful. Not Arizona, not Buffalo, because they will still have about 6 years before they become an amazing, great team. But the team I'm talking about, it could be Buffalo, it could be Detroit, Anaheim, Columbus, example. But that team going to get him if they win the lottery. Boom. They will be great for years. Yes, mad about them. Unfortunately, it is. Oh yeah, right is like over. I don't know why they gave them a chance like that. I think they want to let play everybody. I don't think so that those players are going to play tomorrow, or maybe some of them, but not all of them for the red and white team. I don't know. They will bring a couple of players from C team go during those games. Um, the problem with that part is a one way, right? They can like use. He's a great on the offensive side, but he struggled on the defensive side. It's a little bit like that. Quinn Hughes guy is equal for me Tyson Barrie. Unfortunately, is it the case, Miles? Yep. I don't see Eichel to be traded right now until his situation with the injury is over. So one, they will be reestablished back recovery at 100%. That's what you go talk about trade. But until then, I don't see him to go nowhere. Yeah, I don't say Barry is like Hughes. What I was trying to say is like they are the similar players where they are on an offensive side are amazing. On the defensive side, they struggle, both of them at that moment. Now, Quinn Hughes is 20 years old. I'm sure he can get better. But those kind of the offensive players who have an amazing talent are small, they have a difficult time. Franco, it was something we talked about this couple of weeks ago. We're talking about Martin Brodeur, Roberto Luongo, Patrick Roy, Matthew Dash is really where I believe he could be a gem over there. I could be wrong, but I think of all the names I mentioned to you, Matthew Dash could be something like him. I think Madden and Anaheim is too old to get this now. Can they push to Julien Brisebois? I don't think so. They will let go Julien Brisebois. If you look about everywhere in NHL at that moment, Matthew Dash is the best in my eyes. But he's still maybe not enough experience. So can he go with Patrick Roy? Not sure. Should not go to Buffalo. Career get shattered there. My former hometown having all this old things. Yeah, Greg, unfortunately, it's the problem is there's like they rebuild every 3 years. What it should not. Very difficult over there. No problem, William. Good luck, buddy. Great place to play hockey. Yeah, John Deere is retired, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just like I don't know what use can become more on defensive side. He will work on it, but the guy he struggled a lot on that side. I don't get it. Spec the move. And that's what my Dixon. That was my. This is what I predict Dixon. They will wait 1 year with him. Congratulations, William. Well, that's the point in our tap. So Bergevin go president of the team or VP, senior operation, whatever is the title. And he's still around helping Dash. Yeah, Franco about Rouen, unfortunately. All right, William, bye. It's really sad. It's an organization with no foundation, no culture, and they struggle a lot. It's not great over there, unfortunately. So the last time they participated to the playoff, guys, is 2010, 2011. Both, and then the year prior that one also, they both lost in conference quarterfinals. So 10 years ago, it was the last time they participated to the playoff. It was Lindy Ruff, who was the coach over there. After that, they got Rolston, Nolan, Bilsma, Olsley, Groger. Now they have Grenado. Buffalo can build quickly, and there's 2-3 years. Proper management, great draft coming. Yeah. Under Gamer, October 12th, buddy. Welcome back. It's just like the problem in our tab is like they got it. They call it the last 5-6 years, they got those kind of draft, right? Dallin, they have Reinhardt, they have Jack Eichel, they have those kind of the draft you're looking for to build a team, and they cannot do it. Yeah, Joseph. Not a problem under, like I said, October 12th. That's the opening night of NHL, Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, Seattle, Vegas, and October 13th, Montreal versus Toronto. Are you going to go to the Pittsburgh game? No, Hunter. Thank you, Dixon. Very nice from you. Appreciate a lot. Very kind. Yeah, that's not, I did not finish my sentence, but you're absolutely right. It's like sometimes a bad contract can completely change the direction of the organization. That's why you have to be careful every time you sign a contract with 8, 9, 10, 11 million dollars. You see this with Eric Carlson and San Jose. You see this with Jeff Skinner. You almost see this with Sergei Popovsky and Florida Panthers. You see this right now with the Toronto Maple Leafs with the big money with 3 players. They perform well, but you're limited to reach other players. The Boston Bruins is one of the best teams in the NHL controlling their money. Tampa Bay Lightning, it's a great success too over there. They're controlling their money. Pittsburgh Penguins, it's another organization where they control the money. So you can go that way over there where they're really careful about how they do that. Because one bad to contract completely put you out of everywhere after that. Yes, October 12th under Hunter. Franco, before I do this show here now, I was always at the Panthers game, and I would travel a lot to Tampa Bay, and I would go to the game. But since I'm live here almost every night, and I do always this as my full-time job now, I did not go a lot. But, we have all the game live here on the, it's called now the Bally Sport with Tampa Bay, one channel, and the Panthers now. That's great. No problem, Hunter. Spec, yeah. Where they rebuild 3 times now. They are at that moment, that's called the rebuild 3.0. And they changed, 7, 8 coaches since that. And at least they have 3 GM. I can record it, maybe 4, but at least 3. Where, they gave bad contract. Example like Jeff Skinner, bad trade. They just gave Sam Reinhart to Florida Panthers. What do you think for the defenseman Montreal can afford to sign if Weber is done without turning into the Leafs? So Weber will be done. That will open up at $8 million, right? I still believe they should looking for Morgan Rielly. And their second option, they should trade for Chris Letang. Next season is going a UFA. Both of them are UFA. They would have enough money to get that one over there. And I think they can get Letang about $8 million for 2 years. And I think that would be the same kind of money with Weber. I think that would be good for 2 years. Rielly, that would cost them 6-7 years. And I'm not sure that would be great. And I'm not sure if Rielly is looking more for $9 million. It was a terrible one, Greg. Lamoriello, he will turn better that franchise for sure. But again, that's back with the culture. I think we can blame everybody there. We start from the top. That's called Picula, Kim, and Terry. That's all right there. Great people. They give a lot of money. They build the Penn State hockey college, women and men. They gave millions and millions of dollars over there. They built this college at with zero. And Penn State become it's a great place to play college now. So they have the good side of them, but as a culture, they struggle. And that's why Mike Bergevin, we can blame a lot Mike Bergevin for anything. But Mike Bergevin guy, he never tried to put the Montreal Canadiens on the bad way because of the money. He's really, really careful about the salary cap. And look with the money they have over there. Although the fact Carey Price got that kind of contract where I believe at that time he deserved it. But everybody's signing an 8-year. You go to see Doug Hamilton. Remember, I'm going to tell you tonight. The New Jersey Devil will cry Doug Hamilton at year number 5, 6, 7, 8. Chicago Blackhawks, they're going to cry when Zeb Jones' contract will be done at 5, 6, 7, 8. The contract over 6 years, guys, hurt. They hurt at the end. Greg, one statement is great. Your beginning of your statement is good. I don't know about the rest, but you're absolutely right about that. I feel that's the problem. I could be wrong. I don't know them a lot, right? I don't know too much, but I feel that's my from what I see. Yep. You got it. You know that. Yeah, Brett Marchand scored 1 or 2 goals tonight. I'm going to have a good game overall tonight. Yep, so right. That'll be really interesting about this spec over there. They have to be careful spec with that kind of money. I would not be surprised New Jersey struggle if they not too much open up. I believe Jack Hughes is going to get 50 points this season. I think he have a breakout season. I love what I see from here. 21 point, 30 point, 35 point. But I think they will wait. I think a bridge contract will be better for them. I think they have one of the best general manager, Tom Fitzgerald, over there. They have something solid. He is smart. He does the right things. He's a great human being, great communicator, great relationship with the players, everything like that. I would be surprised he get this right away next year. Could be wrong, but I would be concerned. Usually should not need a year 5, I hope. Yes, unfortunately, Joseph, but they will have to pay him anyway. Why the NHL team that gave a lower? He finished with 3. It was 2-1 when I left. He scored the second goal. Thanks for being a part of the show, Brad, by the way. The problem, Dixon, is because the CPA, right? Yeah, the convention, NHLPA, protect the players, return that. And it's okay. The problem you're going to get now, you cannot have the 4 players at $10 million anymore, right? So you have to be careful when you give that kind of money. That's what I said. For what I give to you, all those information about Brady Tkachuk, I will not give him 8-8. I will give him a bridge contract 3-7 max. 6.5 will be a perfect number for him. Brady Tkachuk guy never passed 53 points. 51, 53, 52, something like that. You have 24, 23, 25, 24 goal. And you want to pay him at $8 million, and he never going to reach the 40 goal and the 80 point. 6-2 the final score. All right. That's what I will do with Pedersen and Hughes. That's what I believe. Vancouver have no choice anymore. And remember what today. Look today what happening, guys. Today, Ottawa trade with St. Louis. They took advantage because St. Louis have no money. So they have to give away something good. And return, they get nothing. Well, not true. They get a lower salary. They take a long shot with Logan Brown, where he never reached his level. Like Logan Brown, guys, at his age, is a little bit what Montreal did with Sami and Niku this weekend. Yeah, 23, 24 years old. They never be great in NHL yet. Now they got Sanford because St. Louis have no money. Watch Vancouver Canucks. Tell you right now, I'm talking right now Saturday night. I will not be surprised if you hear the next couple of days, a week, they will sign the both team, both players, and they will make a trade. A JT Miller or someone have an average of $3 million, $4 million, $5 million. They have to give away, specifically give away, but they will not win that trade to let it go that money to sign those 2 young kids over there. I could be wrong. And I'm grown a lot of time. But the last couple of weeks, I'm pretty good with my prediction. But I would not be surprised if Vancouver act that way. 60 for 650, 54, 5, 4, 7 to be trend. Yeah. That's what I said to you, Franco. I would not give more than $7 million to catch up. that's what in our tap. That's what Tampa Bay did. And I believe the best player for Ottawa is going to be Tim Suzzle and my eyes. I understand what Tkachuk does. I understand he's particular. He's unique. Everything like that. But still wait 3 more years, 2 more years before he becomes that quality player. You believe he should get that money. Let him prove to your eyes now. Oh, he did already. No, he did not. Because on defensive side, you talk about Quinn Hughes a few minutes ago, right? Michael, he jumped in the show and talk about Quinn Hughes. But that's what Brady Tkachuk does on the defensive side. He's 1% on versatile. So before you get that kind of money, you have to be guaranteed he's going to carry on that quality hockey night after night and year after years. You know, at the end of the day, we don't know until we don't know. KK is still on the development size. I think Spec Hughes will not accept 6 versus 6.5. Hughes believe is 3 years, 8 million. If you want to give him 6.5 Spec, he will accept 3 years, worst case, or 2 years, but more 3 years. Because when you be 3 years, it's going to be another RFA, and now he start at 6.5. That's what I will give to him. That's what I will give to Tkachuk. I will give more money, 7.5 to Patterson. I will get that contract more longevity. I believe Patterson is really a franchise player, more at Quinn Hughes, in my eyes. So I will open up more the money over there. But again, Vancouver is limited with money. You pay him $8 million and Quinn Hughes, example, 6. That's $14 million. Vancouver is struggle with that. That's what Craig. And then how you evaluate your players on the ladder. Who is the number 1? Is it Shabbat, Norris, Tkachuk, Suzzle, Pedersen, right? So Norris, Tim Suzzle, Tkachuk, Shabbat, 4 of them are your top. But who is the top? Right now, Shabbat is the top for them because he's 8-8. But you cannot give 8-8 to all 4 I just mentioned to you, because what you need the next 3 years, guy, is a goaltender. And that goaltender have to get about $8 million if you want to go all the way to the finals. You nail it, Tap, about that one there. And back to KK, I feel it's very hard to give him a number. He's still on the potential to develop. So for me, this year is going to be about 45, 50 point max. It's when he get 22, 23. What kind of player is he? That's why. Is it an average of 50, 60, or he can reach 70, 80? See, if he reached 70, 80, it was a great move for Carolina. But he's still below 60. That could be a bad move for them. I still believe 3 more years, Johnny. Yes, Franco. Spec. Adrian, welcome back. That's what one reason also, Franco, Melnick is another one. You have to be careful. But again, the Tampa Bay guy build their team that way. Their best goaltender have the most money. Their best forward have the most money. And their best defensemen have not the most money. For some of them, yes, and no tap. Some of them shouldn't be that way. Some of them you can go. Like, I'm not worried about Kaprizov. I'm not be worried about Elias Pedersen. Does it make sense? Like, I'm not going to be worried about Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid, McKinnon, Rantanen. But after that, Look what he did, Islanders. Barzal, 3-7. Boom. Do the same thing. Gave to catch up, 3-7. Base that money on those players. I would not be surprised, Johnny. And he still have 2 more years to go, right? At $2.4 million now. So I think Montreal will be fine with him. The key behind this is going to be 34, I believe, at that moment. Let me confirm with you so be sure I'm right. I give you the right information. So Allen is right now two more years, 2.8. I was wrong. 33. He's still 31. So in my book, I will sign him again. 2 more years until 35 at $2.5 million. That'll push out maybe Primo, but at least Primo showed to us for the year 2023, he's a solid goaltender as a backup number 2 to Price. Because at that year, 2023, Price is going to be 37 years old, and this would be almost the end of the end for him, where it would not become, it would be hard for him. While Fleury at 37, guy, is looking great. Can Carey Price can handle that way? I'm not sure. Any year's prize play for here is, I'm sorry. Yeah. You know what I mean? He deserved that kind of reputation he got. He deserved what he did. I feel like when the pressure is higher, he step up more. Some people struggle. But him, higher is the title or the prize. Funny said that. But that's why he performed more. That's why Team Canada need him. Because when he's Olympic, he performed. Yeah, of course. Now, if an injury like him does not affect too much because the money go on the long-term injury, don't change your AAV, right? But if you trade like him, and now you're losing a goal after you trade 3 solid players, or possible to become a 3 solid player, that's what hurt. Thank you so much, Danny. Very, very kind from you, buddy. I agree with you, Spec. He won it. And I think Ottawa is going to give it. But yesterday I proved to you guys he does not deserve that kind of money. I don't know, Franco, if Montreal will going to win the Stanley Cup, but yeah, more chance to win the Cup and the, the Olympics. I agree with you, Franco. He's another dimension during the playoff. Yes, Greg. I think he's the guy that play. You know, we always love the older players get those kind of those chance, right? Yes, of course, Spec 8.5. That's a steal. McDavid guy at $12.5 million right now is a steal. When you do the value of each contract, right? McDavid should get about $17 million. I wouldn't be surprised he said that. I did not, because I was live here, Johnny. I did not look. Usually I look all the press conference, everything like that. I wouldn't be surprised he said that. Not really an type. I would say why. Because at that moment, Matthews and Marner and Tavares got $10, $11 million. And Trussell have a good year when he got his 8.5. For me, for you, maybe, yeah, I can understand now you point, well, at that moment, maybe it's a high number, right? But, yeah, you're absolutely right. Thank you so much, Franco. Welcome anytime, please. I'll be honest with you. I really like your your knowledge about hockey, your question. In effect, like we're not a great big channel like other people, and I know that, right? And it's okay right now. But the people are here. They are they are friendly, they are good. They not argue and they respect each other. It does make us who we are because each one of you do an amazing, great job in the chat. Because at the end of the day, I'm the guy turn on the lights, the camera, and that's it. I'm not a guy change this better. You guys make this better. So, Franco, please don't hesitate to come back anytime. We are live every night, 9 o'clock, and it would be a pleasure to having you back again. And thanks again for subscribe to the show. Look forward to see you next time. Have a great night, buddy. Team Campbell in Toronto need to have a chat with Price with us step up the pressure situation. Yeah. Problem, Greg, is the talent, right? The skill. We have 42 then, I believe. You're welcome, Franco. Yes, Spec. At that moment, I think he won too many years. But don't worry. The next one is going to be, he would catch up when he lost. You have to pay McGinnon about $11 million, $12 million. I tried to answer to Greg. Yeah. You know, if you look about Tampa Bay and Florida right now, you're not too much concerned. They are maybe one hole, or maybe the rest is fine, right? And Florida's maybe be sure Spencer and Popovsky, but again, they don't have to have a great year. I think they would be winning. But if you talk about Toronto, Boston, Montreal, those three teams after that, they have hole. They have problem. They have if right, the four line winger on Toronto perform, if the goaltender perform, right? Montreal, it's depend about the third center and depend about who's going to be stepped up out of the waiver about that one over there. And that's what the problem Montreal. Then you go Boston, who's become the second center over there, who's going to be their strong defense. And then the question about the goaltender, can Swimmer be the Swimmer we saw or is not? Ulmark, is it a great goaltender we saw in Buffalo? Can he carry on that kind of save percentage higher with Boston? That's how three teams are. But you have Florida, both teams are a little bit higher level. That's what the time and the city will tell us about the problem. McKinnon or Barkov? Oh, I'm missing a couple of things here. McKinnon contract is still just show, yeah. When 200 and the are in the chat, it can get complicated, Joseph. I don't know how many I can handle everybody, but I will do my best to go through each one of them. Maybe it will be a live stream 6 hour, but where I don't really care. Sometimes, a guy, I'll be honest with you, I'm thinking about, let's start, I don't know, 9 o'clock a.m. and go all day. Talk about hockey. Whatever, we have 3 people here. Just talk about hockey all day long. And some people show up during the day. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You know, or start at 12 and go all the way all night. I don't know. I feel I can handle this. I think I have enough knowledge and I think I can talk. It's just all the news coming. I cannot watching what's going on, but it would be so interesting. But I can understand you, Joseph. I'm getting to you in our tap. I didn't ignore you. I was just thinking about McKinnon or Barkov. That's a great question. both of them are great. Both of them a little bit different. And I think for me, I would go with Barkov. I know what McKinnon can do. I know he can score more, but Barkov can help your team as to get better because he plays two ways. And it's not easy to find. To fill what Barkov does, McKinnon have to have some help at some point. So I think I will go that way. Campbell is a really good guy. He deserves one more shot at being the top guy in the net. He has a chance to sign. Absolutely, Greg. And sometimes we said the goaltenders start late their career, like Tim Thomas did it. Is it? That's possible, Jack Campbell. It is. He can become that kind of goaltender, have no problem. It's just, again, can you do it? Can you do it again? That's what would be the big problem. He does. Toronto is in good shape, by the way. Cantona make $9.2 million. Yes, sir. Hockey Town, great idea. Count me in. You'll be a true legend to stream hockey all day. Colin Pascal. Hello, I cannot wait to Winnipeg Jet playing tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Colin. Welcome aboard, Colin. We miss you, by the way. I believe I have good memories to remember everybody. But I remember you, and we miss you. And hopefully you're going to join us more often now the season is back. And Winnipeg Jet are a really dangerous team this season. I love what Winnipeg are, Colin. You can you can create a lot of damage this year. How many goals do you think Sabres get his rookie season? You talk about Zegras, Dixon. It's a good number in our tap. I think my best answer at that moment I was set minus 25. So not much, not almost more at 25. Why, coach? Because he played with Anaheim, where it's not a great team. I don't see that team score 4 or 5 goals per night. They are really limited on an offensive side. Of course, they have Silverberg and Ricard and Kessler, but it's, they have Contour over there, Steele, John, Terry. The defense is Manson, Langholm, Gibson in the net. They have now Jimmy Trestel. Their depth is not strong enough. I think, 18, 23, 24 max, yeah. The Ducks, yes, sir. 24 hours with special guests from other YouTube stream on your channel would be a recipe for success, Franco. You know what, Franco? The problem is, people are not generous. And I don't blame anybody. I can understand, I'm a rookie here, Franco. I'm nobody yet. So the people like Hot Take or Hockey Guy or, I don't know, Gravitek or those guys have 30, 40, 50 and more thousand people. Does not want to play with me. It's a funny said that way. But he don't want to come here. He didn't want, the Hot Take, I'll be honest with you, is the only one help me. He will come here, say hi, or he will send me some people during his chat, live stream, said, hey, you should go to see this guy. But anybody else does not want to help. And I'll be honest with you, if tomorrow I have 40,000 people and one of you want to do this, or anybody want to start, I will go to talk to him. Because I really believe in life, it's all about give. It's about help. It's about to serve and to care. And never be a worry or jealous or, oh my God, it will. No. More you go to give, you go to get back double. So it's a funny place, this, because you're really the first one mentioned this, and the people are just scared. Where, look where we at. That's it is what it is, right? So, but a great question about that. That'd be great. Hot take, Winnipeg win the Cup this year or Colorado? Yeah, he is in the right place over there. But I don't know why, guys, the last 24 hours, I will have to add the New York calendars. I think the New York calendars have to be in the conversation now. Absolutely right, Spec. Absolutely right, Greg, about Richie and Bunting. Just get a smaller YouTuber like you did with Flurry Coach. Yes, Joseph. They have the tools, Greg. They have everything. Not true. They have everything. They have a. I think if they can find that kind of left wing, and Campbell become what Campbell's supposed to be, that team can go a lot of damage. But I'm not sure they have the team right now to win the Stanley Cup. And I don't want to be disrespectful to you. I just being my honesty. I don't feel Toronto have yet all the tools to win the Stanley Cup at that moment. Try talking with Habs, Henry Rice, Frank Wells. We did a couple of things with Frank Wells, Franco, but at some point during the summer we got busy and we disappeared because he would come to my show, I would come to his show. Scottish Canadian guys, that's what I was talking about. It's a one where he never replied to me. He never want to talk. He does not do anything. Talking Ab is the guys called Rich and Harry Rice. I do not know Harry Rice, to be honest with you. I would take his name. I go for the home run. I should talk with Steve Dangle. Just kidding. Or the hockey guy. I just go for the home run. I don't like the bun. Just kidding. Exactly, not that. You nail it. My style is friend to other people. My style is not like other people. And other people are not who I am, and I'm not who they are. If you still what you believe, if you still believe is the right way for what I feel comfortable, it's all great. I know some people don't like me. That's okay. Some people don't like to be here. That's okay. But we're still new. Nobody knows us. Nobody. And nobody wants to stay on the YouTube channel talking about hockey. Some love it, some don't like it. Goaltending is not stable. They have a great goaltender over there, Spec. They have Varlamov and Zokorin now, where Zokorin is underrated in NHL. Dixon joined that's at 88. I know. Some did at 29, 23, 18. But again, I will look for him as Joseph. Awesome. Tap. But again, I never talked with Gravitech. I think one time I talked with Oni Quiz. Lego never replied to me. I'll take reply to me, but it took time. But I'll take it's fine. He come here, he said hi, and he liked my style. We exchanged 2 times together. But tip, welcome aboard. But again, right? Yeah, sometimes he could. I think at the end of this Spec, and with all the respect for each one of you, it's the age, right? My age is older. I'm more mature, but I got experience and wisdom about life. And, I don't do this for, if I can survive with that kind of the money here, I'll be fine. The rest is no matter I have 50,000 or 100,000 or 6,000. It's not matter for me. It's like we have a good time together. Because you guys enjoy like I enjoy every time I come here. That's the most important thing at the end of the day. And, I was lucky to do that right now at that time of my life. I don't know what could happen next month or 2 months. I get a job back in the NHL or back in the whatever it is. I will have to reconsider everything. But at that moment right now, I enjoy what we do here. Greg, yeah, he is a good guy. You know what I mean? Like Sportnet, make him who he is. He have his own style. And, he's doing well with that now with what he does. Now Chris Johnson just signed with him. We have something we have to get better for sure, but time will fix. I will think a lot of those younger kids will have to talk to you, Coach, right now. Joseph. He's funny for sure, respect. He have his own style, and he take advantage of the Toronto Maple Leafs. He does this, 5 years now, 6 years? Hockey guy, guys, is only 2015, right? But at the end of the day, when you look about this, is to show up every day with consistency and bring your best and bring confidence where you cannot be behind. You cannot have 3 days behind everything. You have to know what's going on all the time. And, by myself, it's a lot. You have to take care about the prospect. You have to take care about the fantasy. You have to take care about the news around the league and everything like that. Yeah, he's super funny. Of course he is. Yes, 10 goals started a long time ago. Thank you, Inotap. Very kind of you to say that. It's funny you said that, Inotap, because that's what I always build my hockey team. The hockey team was built with the great parents, and to be sure they understand what the mission behind everything. And the mission here, at the end of the day, it's not to become the bigger one. It's the people come here to have a great time here, to be all together. That's the purpose of this channel. We talk about Montreal, but look, we have Toronto, we have Winnipeg, we have Joseph is New Jersey, Adam is Vegas. Everybody's different team, but we respect each other. You guys respect each other. That's the key. Of course, you have always a bad head or someone's spam, everything like that, right? But that's what we are right now. I don't know in 3 years will maybe 10,000 people. That would be another subject, right? Frank Wells, you have 100 people per night. I have more subscribers, but you have more people join him because he's really targeting the French connection people where they only talk about Montreal. And I try to get a little bit outside of Montreal too and give you countenance about prospect, everything. So, I always said 3 P's, right? Well, 4. But it's all about the passion, first of all. All right? It's about perseverance after that. And then after that is, of course, the process of this. So if you have passion, right, with the perseverance you have, right, and you love the process, but you're at the right spot with that one over there. Because if you stay positive with what the 3P I just mentioned to you, but you're going to want to come back every single day. You want to give more, right? Everybody is ordinary, but not everybody wants to be extraordinary. And I always said, always deliver more to someone, right? I always said to my players, show up the first one. The practice is over. It's not over. Stay the last one. Leave the building the last one. Right? Be sure it's clean up inside the locker room. That's the little details make you better in life. You have no shortcut in life. But the people want to take shortcut. So this channel is just take time. I don't know how many years. And maybe we'll never to reach this. But during the process, if you love what you're doing, whatever you do in life, the process make you to enjoy it. If you hate the practice, but you only look for the game, you're going to not like it. The best of the best love the process. And the process is the daily consistency of what you do when you find your niche, when you find something you love to do. I understand, Greg, but you're welcome to come back anytime. And my best friend, Greg, he's the hockey coach. He's the goalie coach for Toronto Maple Leafs. So I'm I know a lot of him beside this, Greg. So you're welcome to come back anytime. Exactly, Franco. Joseph. That on Lane, Patrick Lane. I put him on. Every day I do like a pool, right? And today was the break. Is it today was the breakout pool? I believe it was today the breakout pool, and I put his name over there. I feel like Brent Larson, it will bring more. Whatever did not start the right foot together, right? I feel like Laney can score 30 goals with the Columbus for upcoming season. Really, Franco? That's awesome. Yeah, Patrick Laney, I believe he's going to have a breakout over there. Play Voracek, he's going to helping him a little bit more. Roslovic is have one more year experience in his shell. I heard like Domi, his shoulder is still hurt, but I'm not sure what's happening after that. I'm missing the end of that conversation today about Max Domi. They need Tacey with it. Of course, Columbus is not going to be great. I think Copicello is going to be on the trade bait for them. But I love the John Davidson back over there. And it would be interesting to see what Columbus. It's possible I heard like Cole Sillinger start the season with them. That's what I heard today. Oh, yeah. In our tap. And at the end of the year, said, Coach was right. Again, just kidding. But yes. Dubois have a great conversation on the Winnipeg TSN last week where he blamed himself. He did not go around. He said, that's my fault. That's my fault. It was on me. It's on me. Anybody else. But he looked sharp. He looked in shape. He looked great. I think he's going to become the second center for the team now. They're going to bring down Peter Stastny third. They open up over there with him. I still believe Dubois. Remember, Dubois is not a 35 scorer. Dubois is a 20, 25. And he read 40, 45 assists per game, per season. So he's about 60, 70 points. If he can get 55, 65, for me in my book, it's a great year for him. What kind of combination of goal assists, I don't know. But at 55, 65 for him is a great. Federation de l'Est. Okay, I got it, Frank. Domi shoulder injury is like Anderson. It seems to be an issue with the strength training on the team. Yeah. I heard the story, but it was after that on Cole Sillinger. I remember now. They said possible Cole Sillinger have a great camp so far. Who do you think makes Montreal bottom six? Evans. After tonight, I have to give Paquette, but we'll see. But here's what could happen. If Hoffman is back, right? You're going to have Drouin, Gallagher, Evans. I feel Perrault can become the fourth center with Armia and Lekonen. I think Perrault is going to be a great, great impact player for the Montreal Canadiens at the bottom six. He can play winger, he can play center, he can be a third line, fourth line. Why Gallagher third line? Because right now you have Armia in front of him. Not Armia, Anderson and Caulfield. And I think Gallagher, Drouin, Gallagher, Hoffman over there could be a good punch over there. Third line with Jake Evans. I think that line could be good because your third line usually don't play with again the best line. And I think they still have Gallagher can score 20, 25 goals. And Hoffman can score also. And Jake Evans is really responsible. Um, I said to you guys, I don't have Paquette in my eyes. He did not play well for the last 15 months in the NHL. He's a carousel, he did. So he left Tampa Bay. He was looking good in Tampa Bay because his role was specific. It was play with a solid team. So when you play with a solid team, you're not exposed. But when you don't play with a solid team, you're exposed. Look what happened with Ottawa. Look what happened with Carolina. Look what is going to happen with Montreal. So the only way Poland lost his job by himself. He is in front of him. But it's not the way like tonight he can make the team. You have to step up over. But I still believe you can move people as a winger to the center. Can he move Jonathan Drouin in the center? I don't know. Can he move Perrault in the center? I don't know. Worst case, when Paul Biron coming back, can he put him center? I don't know. But they have a lot of great movement they can do bottom six. I still believe the top six over there, it could be Drouin with Anderson, or it could be Gallagher to Hoffman. Those two winger pair, the winger you can change up and down. The first one is going to be Caulfield, Toffoli, and Zuski. Then Dvorak could become with Anderson, Hoffman, Drouin, or Gallagher and Hoffman. Gallagher needs to do more than he is used to doing. He's more at a punching bag in the front of the goalie. He was finishing by the end of the season last year. Yeah, Franco. But again, Gallagher is not going to be again the Gallagher 24, 25, 26 years old. Franco, maybe you laugh at me because in our time we tell you, I will trade Gallagher. That's what I'm thinking. If you have all the winger they have right now, Franco, I would trade Gallagher for a solid defenseman number one in NHL. I don't know which one. But I would think I would put Gallagher in the package deal to get that kind of defenseman. Yeah. Well, Bozak cannot come here, so he would not come here at all. Perrault, Pocket cannot go at Laval. But Poland will be the one he can go. He have a 2-way contract. Because if you put Pocket over there, you have to pay his salary over there. That's why I explained a guy on Twitter today. And the guy, no, Sami Nuke would play Montreal. Sami Nuke would play Montreal. I said, we sent Kulak. Oh, no, he was said, let's go send Whiteman and Kulak. I said, you cannot. Because now you're going to pay 2 guys in Laval, and you have to apply that money on the AAV. It will be an exceptional camp for Nuki and Niku to do that, to stay in the Montreal Canadiens right now. Yeah, Franco. Yes, I agree with you, Greg. The only thing Bozak wants to stay in St. Louis, unfortunately. That would be the trade, Joseph. We would trade for Ty Smith. But again, I don't know which center, right? What defense. I believe you can get right now. Not true, because I believe, I don't know. But I think they should targeting Samuel Girard for the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado Avalanche, guys, now Eric Johnson look like he's coming back. So they have Girard, Mekar, Johnson, Biram, Dustin Toles over there. And they can get also Justin Barron over there. So they have a lot of defensemen you can get. I know Joseph, right? Um, it's funny you said that, Franco. Look what happened with Tampa Bay last year. Have a great night and all tap. I'm going to, me too, I'm getting, because I have to be on the ring at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. But that's another story. Franco, look what happened with Tampa Bay Lightning. They gave up the first spot in the division last year. They prepared them for the playoff. And they know now a lot of teams are changing their mindset. So we don't need to finish first anymore. We just want to be sure we make the playoff. And let's building that team for the playoff. And that's what Toronto need to get there now. That's what Toronto have to shifting a little bit more that direction over there. What it takes to go to the playoff to make all the way to the end. What's the recipes? That's what the team building more that direction over there. So I believe overall, Benjamin did a good job about that. I don't know yet, Dixon. I think for me, in my eyes right now, Samuel Girard, it could be that kid, the players. But he's not still the number one defenseman. He's still more number two over there. It's not easy to find one like that, right? Can they wait 1 year? I think for me, you can make a push right now for Chris Letang. I think Chris Letang will be traded at the trade deadline in Malkin too if Pittsburgh struggle to make the playoff. They could do something like that. Maybe at the trade deadline gave up. I don't know. But we understand what they have in the back. But I think they need to have a right defenseman at that level. Have a great night, Joseph. We're going to get down also in the next couple of minutes, buddy. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, anyway. Joseph. All right, boys. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we want to let you know before we leave, one more thing, only one more thing, nothing else, nothing much, only one more thing. We want to remind you one more thing. Of course, it's coming. Of course.
You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
Thank you so much for another great night, everybody. Thank you for your participation. Thank you to be here. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great night, everybody. I wish you an amazing, great Sunday, fun day. Look forward to you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern Time with your coach, the cool coach, Coach Frenchy. Have a good night, everybody.
What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going on now. Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just putting on a show. Oh, oh, oh.
Thank you, Franco.
What do I know? I need to open my eyes and get a touch of that reality. Don't want another surprise. I'd rather want you to just let me be. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going on now. Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just
Nice,
putting
Greg.
on a show.
Go, Leafs, go.
so misguided.